Hey there. Said I'd be back. Here I am. And today I want to talk to you about why I delayed things for so long before I finally made that leap. Did you know 82% of people that change jobs after 45 find it successful? However, do you realize only about 7% of people actually do it? And that's kind of what I want to get into today is why, if we believe there's something better out there, if there's a better career for us. And I also want to get into that. I want to get into job versus career, because people that just change jobs don't find it more fulfilling a lot of times. A lot of times you're just kind of putting yourself in a new situation, but you didn't change the underlying issue. But so few people do it. This channel is going to be about my lived experiences, not necessarily research, whereas I might do that. What I found out this time was I went out to do some research, and I don't want to lose my stories because I think my stories are your stories. 50% of the workforce is unhappy. If you go and put that in the middle of my generation, Gen X, the number rises to over 55%. So when you start looking at all these things, if 82% of the people that make a change find it successful or rate it successful, but only 7% of the people actually do it, there's a lot of us out there that are scared to make the leap. And that's what we're going to get into. My question I had for you last time as we left was, how much time do you spend thinking about, dreaming about, changing your career trajectory? How much time do you think about, how could I start a second source of income that maybe allows me to leave my corporate life? How long have you been thinking about this? How many times have you researched it? So now what I'm really curious about is, you've thought about these, you've dreamt about them, you might have even envisioned yourself in that new whatever that may be. How many books have you read on that subject? How many tabs might be open in a web browser from months ago that you never close because you're going to come back to that and do it? Have you written out a list of pros and cons of whatever that may be? What about the business plan when you got really serious that you built out for that new venture? I did all of those. I've got dusty business plans. I've got tabs open in my web browsers. And I got bookshelves littered with books. Most of them unfinished, all started unfinished. The reason behind that is because if you finish them, it becomes real. It's not that we don't want to make the change. We're scared to make that change because we're scared to fail. We're scared to stub our toe. We're scared to look stupid. A lot of reasons we're scared. But what happens is we let that feeling override the unfulfilled feeling because we can deal with it, right? I talked about it in the last video. It's safe. I know this. Yeah, you know you don't like it. So why not make that change? This isn't about the company holding you back. This isn't about being looked over for promotions. This is about us, about what we can control. So I want to give the feeling of hopefulness, not helplessness, because we can fall into that trap very easily. And I don't want us to do that. I want you to get the courage to take that first step. Yes, that dream might become a reality. And why you haven't started it is because you don't want that dream to disappear. Because the dream gives you hope. Hope allows you to put one foot in front of the other. Hope sees a brighter day coming. But that day only comes if you actually do it. So I don't know if that book is on a nightstand. I don't know if that book's been filed away on a shelf, in a closet, in a box because you moved. I'm going to say book because our generation still likes a hard copy book, even though many of us probably read on digital readers. But go find that book. Reignite that fire. Don't be okay with that dream dying on that shelf. No. The dream doesn't die on the shelf. The dream stays alive, but the dream's never attainable if you don't take that step. Another misconception I want to tackle, because I thought it myself, and I had somebody get really real with me. And as they were talking, I heard them say the same exact thing that I had said to myself. So I want to kind of squash this misnomer. Am I being lazy? Am I looking for the easy way out, the wrong way out? No. You've had a career. Most likely you've had a successful career. Ups and downs, sure. But you've had a successful career. You made it to this point in your life. You're not lazy. You need a change, and that's okay. Because the question was, well, why don't I just apply myself more here at work? This comes back to those pep talks I talked about in the last episode. If you're having to give yourself a pep talk more times than not just to get through a day, a week, to try to change yourself, but you're not doing it and you're just on that merry-go-round, you're coming back to it over and over. Gotta change that scenery. Definition of insanity, nothing's going to change until you change something yourself. So no, you're not lazy. You know, I looked into real estate. Went deep into real estate. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Think of that book what you want, but it's a great starter to get your brain thinking about different things. And the way maybe you should look at things a little bit differently. At the end of the day, I just justified it away. We're a different part of our life, younger kids. Doing real estate meant I was going to have to spend nights and weekends fixing up a house, being a landlord. Things I didn't want to do. I wanted the money from real estate is what I wanted. My wife was a realtor. We could take the commissions, use them for down payments. A lot of reasons why I should have. Not only if you're renting real estate, those renters are paying your mortgage. Time's compounding your money. But I didn't do it. Looked into buying a business. This is where I really started questioning, am I lazy? I didn't want to be tied to something 24/7, working 16 hours a day. But I didn't want to work 16 hours a day, so I felt lazy. But the reality is I was spending 8 to 10 hours a day on my job, working for someone, not building my own wealth. And then I was spending 4 or 5 hours a night researching things, diving deep. But I was scared to make a commitment. I looked into trading, Read statistics. 85, 90% of people fail trying to buy and sell stocks. You know, over the last year, I looked into the gig economy. Go drive for Uber. I'm in an area where I can go do that. That'd be better than clocking in. Not that I clocked in, but be better than doing what I was doing 9 to 5. The stress would be gone. I'd be happy about that. I even registered. Did I drive a single hour? No. Did I even turn on the app to pick up a driver? No. Rider. Once again, good intentions disrupted by fear. So how are we going to get you over your fear? Maybe it's not fear. Maybe it's something else. Love to hear. If you don't think it's fear, drop a comment. While you're dropping a comment, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button so YouTube knows that this video was valuable and gets it out to other people. But also, if you've got loved ones, spouse, siblings, parents, coworkers that you know are struggling with this, remember 50% of the people out there aren't happy with their job. I think the number is a little bit higher. That's why I want to be careful about bringing in studies. But send this to them. See if it resonates. I know it is. Not every single one of you is scared to go try something new, but I know a lot of you are. And it's not scared as in you're going to get hurt. It's scared as you're going to kill your dream. You don't want your dream to be killed. You know, Cousin Eddie, he's holding out for a managerial position. What are you holding out for? Gonna be Clark standing around the Christmas tree after Uncle Lewis set it on fire and just complaining about your boss, wanting him with a red bow on his head right in front of you so you can tell him something? Once again, you telling your boss if you're not happy with the work you're doing is not going to change anything for you. I think you get my point. Hope you get my point. I get my point. Does that count? But, you know, out of those things I listed off, I finally did do one of them. I'm going to get into that for you because it's important to understand it is one foot in front of the other. Find the path that's going to lead you to the freedom that I'm seeing. Is it great every day? It's pretty nice. I don't answer to a boss. Well, I answer to my family still. I still answer to the bills I have, right? But I don't have to be in front of my computer by 9 o'clock, 8:30 every day. I don't have to justify whatever it is I was doing or not doing and then talking circles around what I did do, so we don't talk about what I didn't do. I want to help you. I've set up a Calendly link down below. I want to offer 30-minute conversations. Click on it, schedule some time. We'll get on a Google Meet or something. We'll have a conversation. I think it's important to understand each situation because your hurdles are going to be a little bit different than mine. They're going to be different than my friends, the employees I've helped. And we need to assess, are you even in a place you can do this right now? So I got you thinking about where is your mind when you think about doing something different for your career, for the job, for the way you earn income? Now I want you to start taking inventory of where you are right now. Are you in a place that you can make these changes? Write down, log your time each week, each day. Need to understand, you might not be in a place that you can do this. And that's okay. But if you really want to do this, you're probably going to have to rearrange some things. And I think that's part of what we talk about on 30-minute call. Because you can watch these and hopefully find some inspiration. And over time, you'll make that leap. That's what I want to see. I want to hear success stories. I want to hear other people that have been able to do this, change their trajectory. I don't know why that word is so hard for me. So continue thinking about it if you weren't able to zero in on where you think you'd like to be, what you'd like to do. But also start taking inventory of what you're doing right now. What maybe you could set to the side for some time to focus on this. And then we'll get down into how do we start getting a plan in place. Yes, the end goal we know. But if you only focus on the end goal, you'll never get there. We need to figure out how to help you crawl first. Got a good story about crawl, walk, run. Another great corporate buzz term, right? 2000s, tech world, get them to crawl, walk, and then run. They'll buy more, we'll get more money. I'll sell more, make more money. But there's a lot of truth in that. Because if you don't learn how to crawl on this path to a different freedom, you're never going to be running. And I think so many of us start thinking we need to run. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't stay in your head the wrong way too much. Be constructive. Think about these things. And we'll be back with you for the next episode. Thanks. So how's this work? Is this good for the shadows? How's this do? I'm still kind of, yeah. I wonder if that's better. Or am I too far away now? All right, let's see how this is framed, if I am in it, and if it is okay. I looked into buying a business. This is where the real lazy it.